think the sanctuary that was like holding Coco, I think is being sued because of Coco's nipple fetish. Because like they weren't warning people about it ahead of time, so then like they would go in with this like giant gorilla, and then the gorilla would start molesting them.
What? Was it like a sexy thing, or like I was taken away from my mom at too young of an age thing?
I mean, I would think that the taken away from my mom at too young of an age would probably develop some weird sexual things. So I would think that it's maybe like a combination of the two, you know? I think it's like a chicken or the egg type of situation. You know?
Oh.
And like, and if people don't know Coco was a gorilla that could do sign language. So it wasn't like it wasn't like a thing of like trying to figure out like what is the intention here. Like Coco would literally tell you what the intention was.
What's the sign for boobs?
I have no idea. I do not know sign language. Although a friend of the show, Alan Stakowitz, did tell me how to say "Hey, nice rack" in ASL, but I haven't like practiced it yet, so I have no idea what the movements are.
I have friends who taught their babies sign language, and when they were asking to be breastfed, they would do.
So that has to be boob. Can you imagine like a 500-pound gorilla just coming at you like that? And also the other crazy thing, like Coco is a female, so like Coco is like a lesbian. You know, like you got a 500-pound gorilla lesbian coming for your boobs. Like what world are we living in right now?
Was it gentle or was it soft?
I have no idea. I would imagine because it's a gorilla, it was not gentle. I would imagine in Coco's head she was being gentle, but like in human sensation, it probably was not very gentle.
Oh, how long did she do it for?
I would imagine a very long time because we only heard about this after Coco died. I mean, the lawsuits have been out there forever, but like this is only becoming like general like knowledge since Coco has passed away.
Do you think Coco's gonna get canceled?
I think Coco is already being canceled, but it kind of doesn't matter because I believe Coco died. I might be wrong. I didn't look that up, but I think Coco's dead. Yeah.
That's wild that how many people were Me Too'd by Coco.
Listen, you thought Louis C.K. was bad.
Yeah, I mean, at a place that's supposed to be a sanctuary.
Yeah, I know, really. Literally, it's in the name of the place. Like, we all thought Harambe was bad. Harambe was a hero. Like, Coco was the real villain.
Did Coco ever have any babies?
I think Coco did have a daughter. I'm not 100% certain on that, but I think Coco did have a daughter. I don't know if the daughter speaks ASL. I would imagine that the daughter does. I would think Coco would teach the baby gorilla ASL. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I didn't look that deep into it. But yeah. I'm gonna write a bit about this though, so I'm gonna have to like do a little bit of research.
How disappointing too if they didn't do like artificial insemination, if they made her have a sex with somebody who didn't have boobies, that had to have been so disappointing.
Yeah. Well, and also I think it had to be disappointing on a lot of levels for Coco because like. Being able to communicate, I'm sure humans had communicated to her that she is smarter than most gorillas because she can communicate with us. And so to be with a gorilla that doesn't know sign language, she has to be aware that that's a step down for her, you know? So like not only do you not have titties, but you're also dumber than me. You're just a dumb ape.
How long does gorilla sex last?
Oh, I don't know. I would imagine not long. I don't think any animal sex lasts that long.
Well, sometimes when growing up, we would have our dogs and they would get stuck to each other.
Yeah.
And that lasted a long time.
Cats do that too.
Oh.
But cats like they have sex weird. Like they don't get on like cats are kind of like butt to butt when they're like having sex. So when they get stuck, they're like kind of like stuck ass to ass, and they're trying to like break away from each other, but they can't.
That's how our dogs would look after, because he would
spin around and try to get away. Yeah.
My mom, we had cousins over. She's like, it's like cat dog. And they were like cat dog. Yeah, but I wonder, do you think that happens with gorillas too?
I don't know. I mean, I think we can look at ourselves to answer that, right? Because we share 98% DNA. So do we get stuck? I mean, I've never gotten stuck. So I don't know. I would have to assume that gorillas don't get stuck. Also, like I started watching this kid's TikTok. He's like, I don't know if he's like an actual like
kid.
Well, I mean, not kid, but you know, I'm 43. If you're not like in your 30s, you're a kid. So I was watching this man's TikTok page, and I don't know if he's like an actual like zoologist or some other kind of like animal biologist or whatever, but he's just very knowledgeable on this kind of stuff. So I started watching his channel, but because I started watching his channel, other channels that TikTok thinks are similar have been creeping into my algorithm. So I've been seeing way more monkey dick than I like would like to see. And I don't think gorillas would get stuck because their penises are very skinny.
Oh.
They're like very skinny and small. They're like literally like a finger.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's not a lot to work with.
No, it's not. But like I can't see this getting stuck in anything, you know?
A finger trap.
Yeah, but these gorillas are not in China.
Maybe Coco keeps it tight. I don't know. Or kept it tight. R.I.P.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I'll have to do some research.
You should look at dolphin ones. Those are weird.
Well, dolphins are like vicious.
Yeah, they are.
Like people think dolphins are dolphins are assholes.
Yeah.
They're like not nice.
They will be sexually aggressive.
Yeah.
With anything and anyone.
Yeah. Most orca are like kind of aggressive. Like they do tend to stay out of the way, but if you get into their territory, it's like game on, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, have you seen those whales that started attacking boats?
Yeah.
The killer whales. So they found out that that's like a different strain of killer whale than the ones that we know. Because the ones that we know usually run in packs of like no more than like half a dozen to a dozen. And they usually hang out closer to the surface. But these particular whales that have been attacking these ships form like giant like packs. They're like 20, 30 whales. And they tend to hang out like deeper down in the ocean.
What?
Yeah, it's like a totally new species of killer whale that we didn't know about before.
Do you think they've adapted?
I don't know. I don't know where they've been all this time. I would assume that maybe like two different, because I think there's like three, not including this new one, but I think there's like three different species, like main species of killer whale. So it's very possible that maybe like two whales from the opposite species mated and made these whales, and then these whales just kept mating and mating and mating. Like that's possible.
I'm gonna be Googling so much after this.
And welcome to the Joe Rogan experience.
I'm just happy. I love seeing the super yachts get taken down. They've been Luigiing before.
But yeah, I mean, this is all stuff that I like picked up from the TikTok page that I was talking
hope
about.
it gets taken.
I wish I could remember the name of the page. I can't. I think it's like, oh shit, I can't remember. It's a play on National Geographic. It's like the TikTok like the screen name, the @ name or whatever is like a play on National Geographic. I think. I can't remember the name. I wish I could remember. I would. Not that we need to plug them. Like they've got like hundreds of thousands of followers. I'm sure you just watching this clip is probably going to get them into your algorithm.
I hope TikTok gets taken down.
I don't.
It's the elder in me that it's like, no, I know that Facebook and Instagram are just as bad data collection wise, but I don't want to have to use another tool.
Honestly, I would rather Instagram and Twitter get taken down, because then that's two that I know I don't have to use ever again. And then I can only focus on like TikTok or like Blue Sky or something. And I know people are like shitting on Blue Sky, but you know what? God damn it. It's pleasant right now. It is a pleasant place to be right now. I'm sure it'll probably change in the next couple of years. But right now, it's like what Twitter was when Twitter started. It's just pleasant. You know, it's nice. It's a nice place to be.
I should go on it more. I created an account, but
yeah, when I started the account like a couple months ago, like before, like when you still had to have an invite. And I was like, I'm gonna build this one up. This is the one that I'm gonna focus on, and I never did. I go on like once a week, and I'm like, okay, and then I move on. But I should actually try to build that one, because right now
is the time to get in.